Hello and welcome to CodeApp. In this video, we are going to do our second app. Now, our app is going to be about a distance converter, as you can see here. And also, in this video, is the first time that I include my voice. So, let's see and let's start. First of all, we need to think about what we need to create this app. Well, first, we need a title. So we are going to put a label. Also, a place to enter the values. So we're going to use a text field. Then we are going to use a segmented control to change from miles to kilometers or what we want to change. Second, we need a button to return the value. And finally, we need another label to show the results. So now that we have these elements, we are going to put them constraints. So first we pick the label and we set it to 14, 20 and 20. That's it. Now the text field 40, 20 and 20. Now the segmented control 40, 20, no, 20, 20. No. Instead of 20, we're going to change it. We're going to set it 18, 100. That's it. Now the bottom, we're going to put it horizontally and vertically so it could be in the center. Also, we're going to give him constraints of 20, 20, and the height will be 15. That's it. Now the label could be 100, 20, 20, and the height will be 40. That's it. Now, the label of the title, we're going to set the height to 14. Okay. Now, the text of the title, we're going to set it in the alignment to center. The font, we're going to change it for it could be distinguished from a title. We're going to change the font to custom. The family, we're going to change to a rounded empty bold. The size, we're going to change it to 20, how much? 28. That's it. And the title will be our distance converter. Now, the text field, we're going to set the placeholder to enter a value. We're going to set it in center, and you can see that here it appears a text with a color kind of gray. That's the placeholder. The placeholder will be eliminated when we press inside of the text field and we want to write. Now, as a test of it, we are going to run the app. Now we can see that we have everything in a correct distance. Now we are going to click here inside of the text field. We're going to write, and you can see that the placeholder disappears. The text that was in a red color has disappeared. So now we're going to set the segmented control. The segments, we're going to use only 2. We can add more, or we can keep here the part of segments. Today we're going to use only 2. So the title will be Miles, and the title of the second segmented control of the segment, sorry, we're going to be kilometers. I don't change the first one, so that's it. The bottom, we're going to change the title to convert, and we're going to set the font system. We're going to set it to custom, and the family, we're going to change it. We're going to change it to Avenue Nets. So the style will be medium, well, demi-bold, that's it, and the size will be 24. The label, the result, also will be center, and we're going to put the original system but change the size to 20. Now let's run the app. And we can check that everything is correct with our fonts, and also the segmented control have the titles that we set. So everything is correct. Now we are going to enter to the part of the code. First of all, we are going to link all of these components of the UI to the build controller. So first we're going to click here. If you are using Xcode beta, we're going to click here and select main storyboard, and then select build controller. We're going to close here. Oops. That's it. First of all, to link our UI to the code, we can click Control, click the component that we want, and then we can move the mouse and let it where we want. So I'm going to put it here, and this is going to be our text. That's it. Second element is a segmented control. Then the convert button, but this one we're going to put it here down the orders. So we're going to put convert button. Now the last label, we're going to set it here and call it result label, because this is going to show the result of all what we're going to do. So now that we have linked all the elements, The title we don't need to link it because it will only show the text of the title. So we close here and we will go directly to our view controller. Now that we are in our view controller, in the part of the view deload here, we're going to set the result label, the text, to nothing, in blank. But why? Because if we see in the simulator, we have the result label that it says label, only that. We can also in the view deload part, we can also set it as waiting answer, and if we run the app, we can see that the result label is showing what we have put here, but in my case I'm going to put it in blank without no text. You see? Now we are going to go to the part of the button here, and then we're going to create we're going to create a constant that, as we know, a constant is called as let, and this constant we're going to call it selected index. And the property of the selected index it will be the segmented control with the property of selected segment index. Now we are going to put a print, and we are going to put selected index. I do this because the print is going to be to verify that the constant is working correctly. So when we press the button here, it is supposed to show the number of the segmented control. So now we run the app, and if I press the button here, we can see in the console here that depending in the segmented index that I am, it will return a value. If I am in miles, it will return 0, because in a segmented control, the index are valued in 0 to the number that we have in the index. So 0 and 1, those are the values that it is going to be printed in the console. Now we're going to put an if. Now we're going to do that if the selected index is 0, then we're going to make the change of miles to kilometers, and if we are in kilometers, we're going to do the change of kilometers to miles. So let's do it. If selected index equal to 0, we're going to print convert to mile. Now we're going to do an else if that if the selected index also is equal to 1, then we're going to print convert to kilometers. Now, if we don't have any of these situations, then we're going to do an else that it is going to print error, because if we don't have if the user is not using any of these two, then our app is broken and we're going to print the error. So now we're going to search how much is a mile. We're going to Safari. So it says that a mile is 1.6093 kilometers. So we're going to copy this. We're going to return here, and we're going to put a constant. We're going to call it mile unit. The value will be the numbers, and we're going to specify that it is a double. So why a constant? Because it will never change, as the speed of the light or the number p, it is a constant and it will not change. So we're going to our IV action, our convert button. So we're going to create a constant, and we're going to name it text field val, and the constant, we're going to have the value of our text field with the property of text. So now inside of the if selected index equal to 0, right here, we are going to create a constant, another constant named converted value, and we're going to have the property of text field val between the mile unit. Let me see. Binary operator cannot be applied to params of type screen. Oh yes, sorry. So here in the constant text field val, here text field that text and the mile unit are of different types. This is a string and the mile unit is a double, as we have put it here. So what we need to do is convert this text field to a double. So we're going to do this double, and we're going to put in parentheses inside text field that text. And now we are going to value of type, yes. So we are going to force this because Xcode is telling us that it could be another thing, and that if we are sure that we are going to have a value here in our text field. So we're going to put that yes, it is going to be a value here. So now we're going to change the value here. Instead of convert to value, we're going to print the converted value. we're going to run the app, and we're going to write a value number 1. We're going to convert, and we see here we can see here that the value that gave us is 0.6213772664980667 blah blah blah, and this was going to continue. So we're going to Safari, and we're going to reload the page, and we can see that let's change it. A kilometer in a mile is 0.621 0.621 371 2. Only this number has failed, but well. So we can see that the value is not printing it in the result label. Instead, it is printing it in the console. So for this to do not happen, we're going to erase it. We're going to text result label that text equal to converted value. So now we're going to run the app again. We're going to enter again the value and convert. We see that it appears the result here. So first part of our code is kind of ready. Now, by the way, I forget that here is not divide, so it is multiply. We need to multiply here. So now, this saying that we have to here, we're going to copy this and put it here. Let's erase this to print. We're going to send this to divide, and we're going to also come here to select index equal to 0, and we're going to result label the text equal to text field kilometers equal to converted value, and it's going to be in the miles. Sorry, here in text field it is going to be text field value, text field value. We can erase this result label the text. We're going to copy this, erase this, and replace it with this. And in this selected index equal to 1, we're going to change and we're going to run the app. And as we can see here, we are going to enter the value, convert, and that's it. 1 kilometer is equal to 1.60934 miles. The miles and the kilometers, we're going to separate it. But wow. Now the kilometers, 1 mile equal to 0.62137266736 blah 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 blah. There are too much numbers. So what we're going to do is replace all of those numbers by only 3 or 4 decimals. So we're going to here and create a constant, and this constant we're going to name it init value. So we're going to put a string format, and we see here that it is autocomplete. So the format will be, dot two, 4f. So this is the format. The 4 will represent the number of decimals that we want. So the argument will be the text field val. That's it. So we're going to create also another constant called end value with the value also of string format dot 4f, and instead of text field val, the end value will contain the converted value. So these two are going to, instead this constant of the converted value, we're going to put it above here. So we're going to do the same. Let's copy this, and we're going to put it here. That's it. And also, instead of having this text feedback, we're going to use the init value. We're going to put here init value, and here the end value. Also here, and the last one. So that's it. Now we're going to run the app. Now we're going to enter number 1, and we can see that there are only 4 numbers, 4 decimals that we use. Also, if we convert into kilometers, also we see that we have 4. Oh, by the way, we're going to also erase the print of the selected index. And we see that everything is correct. We're going to put 4, and that's it. 6.4374. We're going to Safari, to kilometers, kilometers to miles, to set 4 to, that's here, 248, 5, 48, and here let's go replace it with a 5, so there's no problem. Now if you want a little bit of color, you can also change the background here, the background color, and you can set it like in custom, a little bit kind of here, kind of yellow, and you can have it this, but it's in your, it depends on you. So I have it like this, but there's no problem if you put color, so it is all in your imagination. So I hope you have liked the video. Subscribe, let us a like, and also don't forget to join our Discord group. So see you next time.